Good morning, everyone. Today is the 14th of October. I'm going to turn my volume up a little bit so that you can hear me. I had some feedback yesterday that I need to be a little louder, so turn my volume up a little. It's about 1:20 in the afternoon here. This is Wednesday. Wednesday, it's hump day. And I want to take a look at a few things today. I want to take a look at NASDAQ and SPY. I want to take a look at a few other stocks as well. We're in some positions that we've been actively managing here, so I want to take a look at those. Before I get into any of it, as you all know, it's not financial advice, not your financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research, and I'm just giving my opinion on the market. So let's go ahead and dive in and take a look at things here. So I'm going to be taking a look at NASDAQ first. All right, so first off, here we have the chart. We've been talking about this for a long time. I'm going to go to a 2-hour time frame. I want to just kind of map out what we have been keeping an eye on because we haven't looked at this in a while. All right, so let me just fix the little logo up there. All right. So what we've got here, we've got basically an extended third that we're working on here. Okay, it's long way up, but more than likely, we're still heading up pretty high here based on what I see. It's going to take some time though to grind up there. In my estimation, we are we're completed with this 4. So what we've got here, we've got a 1 ABC into the 2, and then 1 ABC into the 2. So we've got 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 into this third. ABC into the 4, 1 2 3 4 5 into this third, and then we have a little ABC. So maybe not a little, longer correction here into this ABC, right? That completes wave 4. Then we should be going into this 5th right here. So we're working on 1 2 3 4, and then we're working on the 5th, which is actually the completion. Okay, so this is this 5th up here, which is actually the completion of this third. All right, so long way to go, long way to go. And inside of this minutia that we're working on, we're in this channel. You can see this channel right here. Okay, the slope of this channel is steeper, as we discussed. We can keep drawing these lines out, but you can see here the slant here is much shallower. Right, so we have a shallow channel here, okay, and we're actually working up against it right now. Okay, so we're here. Let me remove this channel here for just a moment here, just so we can take a look at this. We've got our resistance, resistance, resistance over and over and over. We pushed through, pulled back, pushed through, pulled back. Finally pushed through, had support. We had support, support. And then we kind of pushed through its resistance, and now we've got resistance again here, okay? So the slant, though, of this is much steeper than what we had previously in April through, heck, even August, right? The slant that we have now is at a higher slope than what we were previously dealing with. So we've got our resistance here, which we have been expecting. We've been expecting this. This should be absolutely no surprise to you. If you've been watching me for any amount of time, this should not have been a surprise to you, because we've been talking about this red box, which I haven't touched, 12,150 to 12,200. We've been talking about that for, gosh, what, 2 weeks at least? 2 weeks at least we've been talking about that guy up there. And where does that come from? Where did that come from? I mean, again, it should not be a surprise. Wave 1, come back down here to wave 2. What do we have up there? We have the 2618. Then what do we have? On our nested wave 1, pull back to wave 2. There's your 100. It's sitting right there. These things are not a coincidence. Not a coincidence. So we've got a 1 2 1 2. We expected things to come up here, get some resistance up here, which is exactly what happened. And look, we are pulling back. We are below our support zone. So if you're looking at this as a potential for, and I know a lot of you guys are probably anxious for this, for head and shoulders, well, in my opinion, that head and shoulders started back here at 11,865. Right now we've got, pretty important support back here. If we've got, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into this one, A, B, C into this 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into this 3, then we could do an A, B, C down into the 4. If this is the 4 that we're currently working on, from this 2 up here to this 3, we should have found support there at 11,950. And we're currently at 11,939. Yeah, we went deep, but this is not looking very, very good right now for this to be a wave 4. We have to find support here, and we have to end the day green. Otherwise, I do think this is probably going to find its way back down a little bit lower. You see, the kicker here is we've got from up here, we have a pullback right there. And then we come back to the 100 or the 123.6, 11,883 maybe is where this is going to go. If this guy comes down here to the 11,700 range, and when I say that, I mean anywhere between 11.7 to 11.8. In that range, in the 11.7s, that is not looking good for an extremely bullish move up and out of here. So I'm just being very careful on what we've got here, because if this comes back down here, what we more than likely have is the 3 here, the 4 here, and then we complete the 5. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. So I tend to believe that the 3 is here. We're still working on the 4, but I'm just not married to this right now. I still think that we can go lower. So I'm still short from this red box. It's a hedge. As you all know, this is a hedge. We've discussed what a hedge is, right? So if I'm 75% long from down here and we get up here to where I expected there to be resistance, I take that 25% and I go short. So I'm still net long, but if we get a pullback, which we have had, I'm going to minimize my losses, because I do expect, and I did expect, and you all should have expected there to be a pullback there. I know that there are plenty of you that took trades based on that, and good job. Good job. It's worked out pretty well. And so then we would expect there to be a bounce at the 618, the 100, or the 123.6. Right now we're starting to see some support there between the 100 and the 123.6. Maybe we bounce up and out of here. I have not made the decision to cut my hedge short yet. Right now, I'll cut my short if we get back up above 12, maybe 12,025. So above this yellow line, which if we go left, we've started this based off of this resistance, then support. So this was resistance, a few different days, then it was support, and then we kind of flew through it. So naturally, we had some support there again. We fell again. If we get back up above it, that's a bullish sign. That's a bullish sign. Also, I'm going to move over to the ES chart here in a moment. But again, just keeping an eye on this channel. It's been nice. It's been quite nice, right? As far as the median goes, we have the top, we've got the bottom. And we've got the top up again here, the bottom back here. If we make our way back over here, that's okay. That's okay. I might change my count a little bit. I'm still bullish one way or another. I'm just trying to map it out, right? Again, technical analysis is a little bit like science. It can explain how we got to where we are, but anything can happen in the future. There can be a catalyst or anything, but just kind of understanding how we got to where we were is going to be key for making a determination on where we're going to kind of go from there, and how we're going to get there is going to be drawn out for us. But we make educated guesses based on Fibonacci and based on Elliott wave analysis on where we're kind of going to be going from there. Okay. Let's take a look at at ES. So on this one in particular, we talked about this guy right here, how this was a nice candidate for an expanded flat. A nice candidate for an expanded flat. Again, starting from up here at the top, working our way down here to the bottom and doing the pullback, we came down to 100% equality. This was nice. This was nice. It fed right into a really nice channel. Okay, so from the bottom we have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, and expanded flat here into the 2. Then in my estimation, what we've completed here is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. You know, it's possible that this 1 is actually here and this 2 is down here. You know, whatever we've got, we have a move that appears to be finished up there. Now, what I don't like is that this guy stopped dead in its tracks at that 123.6. So I'm counting this as a 1, 2, 1 working on the 2, but you can't hide the fact that that could be an A, B, C, because we would expect this guy to move up to, you know, up where we're looking up here for this red zone, right? You would expect this guy to come up here to at least 36.50. You would really expect it to get up there, and you know we're pulling back, which we expect, right? Full disclosure, we expect this guy to pull back from here. So this should not be a surprise. Should not be a surprise. Let me just pull this guy back down here because this is where we topped off. We would expect this guy coming off of wave 2 here. Okay. We would expect this guy to come back to 343, 3409 to 3434. You can take your SPY equivalent based off of that. But I would expect there to be, and this is going to continue to be, a significant area to buy. So let's just go ahead and adjust this. Now our important area to buy is going to be right here in this zone. Do I think we get there? Yes. Will I go long from there? Yes. It's too good. You've got to take this trade, especially if we get down here to the 618. That 618 would be a fantastic place to buy. Then what do we get from there? Well, in that case, we've got a 1, 2, 1, 2. Then we get the 3, we move up. Then we get the 4, we're pulling this guy out because obviously we've got time on our hands. I'm going to remove this guy. I'm actually going to remove this box for right now. But we're looking for this guy, this wave 3 right here, to move up here. Then we get the 4 on the pullback. You know, maybe this goes higher, not sure. Then there's the 5 up here at the election. We get a pullback, consolidation after the election, and then we get our last and final move up, which likely is going to go all the way through the end of the year. And maybe we pull back right before Christmas again, but I think that, well, likely what we're going to get a pullback after the election. It's probably not going to be as steep as what I originally thought we would get. And then we push up through maybe mid-December, and then we fall. We tend to fall right before Christmas time. But again, I'm not going to get too far ahead of myself talking about there. Let's just talk about where we are right now. And right now where we are is we are on, you know, at least on NASDAQ, we are on a head short. But we're going to be looking for closing out that head short, getting into maybe some SPXL down here, some 3X bull assets down here in this green area between the 50 and the 618, which could take a little bit of time. Give it a little time, maybe through the end of the week to get down there. I think once we have that expiration, which again, let me just pull this up over here on another tab. Max pain for SPY. Let's just talk about this because we've got lots of open interest on SPY right now. Let me see if I can pull this. Options chain, SPY. Let's get SPY up here. Let's take a look at the 16th. We've got 4.1 million contracts on SPY for the 16th. What is max pain? 335 as of probably yesterday. Max pain is 335. You're going to be getting people that are going to be, they're going to be shorting right now, right? On this, what we've had happen today, people are going to be shorting this. And what is going to happen? They're going to be using calls that are going to be based on that max pain, which is 335, which means max pain when it comes to Friday is probably going to be up a bit. Probably going to be up a bit. If you were in a short on SPY and you're using the weeklies, which would be an expiration of the 16th, chances are pretty good. You're going to get you're going to get wrecked if you use something that was too far out of the money. Let's take a look. Right now, max pain on SPY today for today's expiration is 350. 350 is the max pain on SPY today. And right now we're sitting at 347. So more than likely, within the next 2.5 hours, you're going to see a bounce that's going to move you guys up a bit. So I think we're going to get a bounce here, but then after that, I think we fall. We're going to fall. So you're going to have to give this guy some time. Again, just looking at open interest, looking at max pain, you see that the big money is on the 16th. And you see that 66% of those 4.1 million contracts are short. And then you take a look at max pain on the 16th, and you see max pain right now is 335. The highest call is 350. 350 strike on the Friday expiration is at 350. What does that mean? Probably not going to be closing above 350 on Friday. This is all not a coincidence. This is, you can have a fall based on something that Trump says, like we did back here on the 6th. But I mean, this is all just being painted in front of us, and the charts are there. People don't take the time to learn Elliott wave analysis. But we have done, I think, a fantastic job of making money using Elliott wave analysis. Put your max pain and your open interest aside. This is being drawn in front of us, and it is, I mean, darn it, it's perfect. Okay? Do we come back down here to 343? Do we come back down here to 341? Yeah, I think we probably will. I think we probably will, and that's going to be your 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, coming right back down here, and then what do we get from there? All right, so basically what we've got here is A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. So does this go out a little bit further? Potentially. I think we get down there though. I mean, maybe it's not going to happen this slow. Maybe it's going to happen quicker than this. But, one way or another, I'm projecting that we are going to be falling a little bit more. But this is where you need to be looking, because from down here, what do we get? We get the 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the 3, A, B, C into the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We find our way moving up out of there. This is kind of what we're expecting to see. We're expecting to see some green moving out of this. We're in our correction. It happens. It's expected. We expected this. Then we move up and out of here. So now, let's take a look at some of our other trades that we've been looking at. Netflix. What was Netflix doing? Man, Netflix spiked today. We were expecting that, and I mean, it kind of saddens me that not a lot of you guys took the trade. I'm looking at all you guys out there. Some of you guys didn't take the trade, but we cashed this in at the open today. Almost at the very top. I'd have to go back and take a look here. But at the market open, we cashed this out. While this first candle was green, we cashed it out. Why? Well, shoot, because we expected to see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that 5 was the top. So now what do? We correct. We cash that out. Will we get back in? Hell yes, we will. We will get back in this trade. I don't know when, but this trade is still active, right? Yeah, we got probably half of the expected profit that we were looking at. Now we sold up here. I mean, I want to say it was close to 570 that we got out of this. Now we're pulling back. I'm going to be looking for this guy again to come back to the 50. All right, expect this guy to come back down here to the 50. So what do we have? $512. Maybe we only come to 525. One way or another, I'm expecting this guy to come back, right? So we've got a sharp A, B, C to come back down here, and then we see our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move our way up more. Grab the end of the correction and move up. Now we would really want this guy to come back down here to the 50, which is going to be at about $512. 618 would be fantastic. If Netflix found its way back at $500, I'd be over that any day of the week. Any day of the week, I'd be all over that. That's looking good. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple's another one that we have been monitoring. Okay, so what I see from Apple is a 1 2 1 2, right? So 1 2, then I'm going to kind of be working on the 3, which, we got to see some movement up and out of here. Potentially something else is going on, but I think that Apple's going to find its way up to $150 over the next month or so. So, I mean, it's still pretty good. You still have a good 30 bucks to make off of this. We were looking at buying here at the 618, which was down at about $105. So that one's looking good. Microsoft, we bought on that dip. Microsoft, we bought on the dip. So again, 1, 2. Let's just take a look at this guy. So we've got our trend-based fib analysis off of this. So we've got the 1, 2. This cannot be the 3. In order for us to be in a wave 3, we got to find our way up here to $235 to $238. Okay, so this is also active trade. Active trade. At this point, I'm going to move my stop loss. Stop loss basically is going to be down here at break even. If we find our way back down here, this trade was bad. But I do tend to believe this guy is going to find its way up here to 250 to 260. I mean, that's our target. 258.57, that's our target. Okay, so we're watching this guy. I think it's going to be good. One that's been kind of disappointing me is IART. I have been watching this. It has come down to our wave 2 target. So we're looking at the 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 extension and here into the 5th. Steep correction off of that extension. I would expect us to start to bounce pretty soon. I wanted this guy to come back here to the 50. Yeah, I did sell. I actually don't remember where I sold here, but I sold. I think it was up here. I'd have to go back and take a look. But I'm expecting this correction to be completed sometime soon. And for it to come back down maybe to 47. Right now we're 47.87, maybe to 47.20. But I mean, it's a steep pullback. Yeah, I have to agree, it's a steep pullback. But our upside target for this guy is still sitting up really, really high. It's going to take time to get up there. Still targeting $70, right? So to sell up here and to wait and buy the pullback, I think there is some really, really great potential for some upside on here still. So I'm waiting. If you're looking for I hate the word signal, but if you're looking for an alert when I get in my trades, you need to be on our Discord, right? So if you're not on our Discord, throw a comment in the YouTube chat. I'll do my best to get an invite code out to you. And so let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's looking pretty interesting. All right, so I've got some weird circles on here, and I had somebody that was asking me about this. What I amount this to is we have a green markup, we have our orange distribution, we have our red markdown, we have our cyan accumulation. We have a green markup, orange distribution, red markdown. We have some more reaccumulation. We have our green markup, our orange distribution. I believe that we are in a distribution phase. This is crazy. This is crazy. Watch this. Watch this. What do we have from here? We have down, a mark down, a mark up higher, a mark down, a mark up, and a fall. What do we have here? Mark down, mark up higher, mark down, and then so basically where I think we are right now in relation to this larger distribution from right here, we're basically sitting about this spot right here. So likely move up and fall down, maybe another fake out, and then we fall harder. I think we're going to fall harder, and this is a darn big box that I put here. But I'm looking to buy. I'm going to start watching the reaction down here at about 10.2, but I believe that we are going to find our way back down to 93 at this point. And yes, I know, I mentioned this the other day. I know that I was talking about if we break 9,800, we're going to go to 6,400, but there has been some developments since then. So I think that very likely we'll come back down here to 92. That's going to be the place to buy when we come back down here. I am short. Okay, so just full disclosure, I am short, and so I'm planning on playing this red circle down, this impulsive move down. I'm planning on taking that. So maybe this is some wishful thinking. You know, like a lot of people with their political beliefs, and this is just me with my crypto beliefs. I'm trying to paint this ABC into the A, B, C into the B, and then we're going to be working on this last C wave here. I'm trying to paint this in a way that fits my bias. So full disclosure there, but I do believe that we are going to move down from here. So just going to be watching that. I do believe we are going to kind of go down from there. Ethereum, let's see here, Ethereum on BitMEX. There we go. Okay, so from here, you know, I want to have a bullish view on this. We're still inside of this channel, just kind of grinding away. This looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So if this is a 1, 2, then really what I think we completed, you know, moving the 3, moving the 4, you know, I just have these guys just kind of hanging out here. 3, 4, 5 into the 3, pull back for the 4, we go up for the 5. You know, I am bullish. I am bullish on Ethereum, and I have been for a while. If this is a 1, 2, 1, 2, what I think we completed here, more than likely, is another 1, and then we come down for the 2. Now, how far down do we go? I mean, I tend to think it's probably going to come back down, maybe even as low as 360. And then we go up for 3, 4, 5 to finish this 3. Okay, going to take its time. Ripple. Man, I haven't looked at Ripple in a while. I'm glad you brought it up. Let's take a look at Ripple on Poloniex because that's the one that has the most history. So let me pull this up. I'm going to pull it up on a daily time frame. Ripple's pulling back, right? Ripple's pulling back. This goes all the way back to 2015 here. So what am I interested in here on Ripple? I'm interested in this being a 1, 2, and this being a 3, okay? So, you know, what we obviously have, we have some consolidation. Let's just mark our consolidation zones here. So from up here, we have our consolidation right there. So that's a consolidation zone. You know, we've got some others down here as well. But let me just take a fib pull from this low right here to this high up here. We have a pullback to the 50, which was at 11 cents, and now we're sitting at 20, almost 25 cents. You know, what I don't like, and actually I'm going to use a different chart because this one has a huge spike on it that I'm not a real fan of. So let's take a look at Ripple here on Bitfinex. Okay, so what I can see from down here at the bottom is potentially a 1, 2, 1, 2, because let's just take a look at the waves. From down here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that works. That works. Then from down here, this is a little harder, so you can get a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. So we got 5 waves there. We've got 5 waves here. Now let's see. Let's take a look at our corrections. We look at our corrections here. So we've got A, B, C into the B, and then A, B, C down here into the bottom. So this being a 1, 2, let's just look. Let's look and see what we have that we're kind of working with. So we've got a 1, 2. We should be going higher. So if this is the case, let me pull another fib on this from this bottom right here. So again, just kind of look left for a moment. And going up to the top there, we came back. I mean, we came almost to the 618 here. So what we should be seeing Ripple move up, right? I don't know what Ripple versus Bitcoin looks like, but we should be seeing Ripple move up. If this thing breaks 21.7 cents, then it's probably not good. Then this is likely just going to be an A, B, C, a 5, 3, 5 correction. And we're talking on a daily time frame, so it's going to take some time here. But again, from the top here, you've got your A, B, and then a C right down here. So we should be seeing, you know, actually we should be seeing a pretty strong move up sometime soon based on what I see here. as far as me being in a trade on Ripple, I'm not in one, but what would I buy? I would probably buy down here at about 23.5 cents. I would honestly be looking for this guy to go back up to 50 to 55 cents. I think there's good potential for that to happen, which is 135% gain. As far as managing your risk, if you're going to take a look at something that's 135% gain, you're going to have to risk a little bit. Potential for this thing to lose 7%. That's a lot. That's more than I like to risk. So I wouldn't be going any leverage on this. I would be waiting for this guy to pull back a little ways down here to, again, about 23.5 cents. Stop loss about 22 cents, but look for that one to go up to about 55 cents, right? We're not looking for the $3 trade right now on Ripple, but that's kind of what I expect to see. So Al, thanks for the comment here on the chat. You're the first one in a while to make any suggestions here. I'm going to go ahead and end it right now, though. It's getting close to 2 o'clock. We have 2 hours and 11 minutes left in your traditional trading session. I think we're going to see some fireworks here pretty soon. Again, maybe a little bit of a spike up, but ultimately I think we do go down over the next couple days here to get max pain on the Friday expiration, which right now is showing 335. I do think that's going to go up just a little bit based on the activity that we're going to see in the next day or two, because you've got all those people that are getting options way too far out of the money, and they're going to get wrecked. All right, guys, if this video helped you in any way, shape, or form, like, subscribe, share, all the good stuff. And if you want access to our Discord, just throw a comment in the YouTube chat. I'll do my best to get an invite code out to you. It doesn't cost anything to be part of our community. But if again, sorry, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a good day, good night, and a good evening. So take